said something funny, or you said something interesting when you mentioned, when there was like, yo, you watching cartoons, and you're like, nah, I'm watching anime, right? So people are starting to say things like American anime.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that? The word American anime. I just want to ask. Now, what's American anime? I would assume cartoons are American anime. So anywhere from Samurai Jack and the Last Airbender,
Avatar, the last one, Last
Airbender, to Ed and Eddie and fucking.
I wouldn't consider Ed, and Eddie an anime.
It's an American anime. Anime is animation, and animation is just cartoons. Anime is just Japanese cartoons. That's all it is.
No, it's different.
No, it's a little different
real quick.
So that's why I'm trying. That's why I'm asking. How do you
give
feel?
You my perspective of what I consider anime, what I consider cartoon. So, what I consider anime, you got to give me something with substance.
Mm-hmm.
It could be from Korea, it could be from DR, it could be from Cuba, it could be from wherever it is. I'm talking about me.
But there are cartoons that give you substance.
No. But listen, can I finish, bro? Because Ed and Eddie, a story happens in one episode and it's done. Next episode is a whole different story. That's a cartoon to me. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing that's happened in the past. If it doesn't affect the concurrent episodes to come after,
they're non-linear stories.
It's just random.
So that to me, that's a cartoon. That's a cartoon.
They're considered like anthologies.
Dexter, Johnny Bravo, Arthur, like fucking Dean said the other day. Anything that ends like that, like what's it called? The football head dude, what's his name?
Oh, Arnold.
Arnold, like all of that is cartoon. Now, and to me, I consider that an anime because it gives me a story. But that's me.
That's not true.
That's just me. I'm saying me.
Okay,
so what do you mean, Mac? Like, explain.
So I was gonna go into my explanation, but
go ahead, John.
Go ahead, John.
Because I was gonna say like the reason why I think it's.
All right, we gotta get like an anime sad song, like a Naruto. They gotta put the party by himself scene.
I was getting in my crying bag, bro. And then you cut the music off. I was gonna sell that performance.
Go ahead, bro.
I want an Oscar, bro.
Yeah, fuck out.
But I think that drop hit so late. So I think that the difference is part of that is what Crispin is talking about how like the cartoons are made with a different purpose, right? Like they're made to tell individual stories and be more comical than anything else. But the anime is based on its comic book version of the story, right? So like an anime is usually an animated retelling of a popular comic book series, which in Japanese culture, mangas are not like traditional American comic books, where an American comic book may be 10, 15 pages at a time, and that's kind of it. But you'll get thicker and deeper stories from a Japanese comic book that kind of just breaks it down a little bit more graphic novel-y kind of style. So there's more exposition, there's more story, more lore, more world building, more elements, and sometimes more of like a fantasy element to the story that kind of pushes these superhero-esque characters along. And then you get subgenres, you get like romantic genres and other things like that, but the story always should have a source material. There are some things that are definitely anime only, like there is no manga source material for it, but majority of what we watch in anime form has a source material out there, and I think that that's what differentiates at least Japanese.
So then what is like Young Justice?
Young Justice is just an American cartoon. It's an animation. It is the story. So that's what I'm saying. Linear.
Wouldn't you call that? So by definition, because the story is not linear, isn't that an American anime? That's what I'm saying. Like
it could be, but the term has never existed before. So we would just be saying yes just because we want to.
I just feel like when it comes to American anime, it
So
has
what
to give
is
you
American anime?
But it's
I wanna
but
know
Young
what
Justice
it
doesn't
is.
follow any particular comic book storyline. It is its own story.
I guess.
but they're the adaptations of the characters from DC.
Yeah,
don't
but
follow
it's
the
its
same-
own story. It's not following any particular comic book
Yeah, but the
storyline.
story is still a story
Based on
that's
comic
happening.
book characters.
But it's a story that's happening that is not linear. That is not.
No.
linear.
I get what you're saying. It tells a linear story,
Oh, but you're saying okay. I'm sorry.
but since those events are not being retold from its comic book
I
counterpart,
get you.
I personally don't think that it qualifies. That's my
Avatar
qualification
does though, right?
for anime.
Avatar-
No, Avatar was
No,
straight to
that's-
animation.
That's what I'm
For
saying.
animation. All right, cool.
There was
So
no
then I
for
would like
animation.
book.
Then
No,
I
I'm not
would
coming at you, Crispin. I'm just saying.
No.
like,
I'm just saying, like, if we're going by definition like that, coming off of the thing, I'm guessing Avatar is.
That's what I'm saying. So then, what is American anime? Like,
I don't
I
think
feel-
it exists. I think
I don't
that's
think-
solely a Japanese
yeah.
thing.
I don't think
So-
anime.
Korean thing.
that's
No,
the
let me
point.
let me hear
I'm sorry,
let me
I'm
hear
sorry
Shawny's
I'm,
point.
I'm sorry. Before you say that, Shawny, but that's the point that I'm trying to make. American anime does not exist. Anything that is American is called cartoons. That's what we call it. If you want to call it American anime, by all means, you can call it that, which is fine. That only just means American cartoons. It's the same thing.
I say
Just
like
wanna
anime
be,
style.
Niggas just want to be fancy and like just not.
They
I
wanna
say
catch a wave.
anime inspired maybe,
They wanna
or
be part
anime
of the wave.
style.
Yeah, I would say that's where I'm going with mine. Like, I feel like there is no such thing as American anime. It's just what show can you watch in America that gives you anime vibes, like as if it was something made in Japan. Avatar fills that role. Avatar tells a story and whatnot. You have your main central character. There's the world building. It's developing all the characters in the background and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But so does
powers and all
Young
that other
Justice.
I know, but what I'm saying is that
So
Young
does
Justice.
Harley Quinn.
Yes, but these characters don't give off the way that Avatar is told and whatnot. It does not.
Okay.
It doesn't really filter the same way as a Japanese anime.
Avatar tells you an Asian style story.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
It
but it
gives
was
you-
made
it
by an
gives you-
American.
You
Feel-
guys are all proving my points. That's
I know we're
I
proving your points,
No,
but we're trying to say
Which
You're,
Yeah,
you're,
Yeah, we all agree
exactly.
with
There is no official terminology for American anime. It's just what show do you watch personally that gives you an anime vibe. I never
Yeah.
watched Avatar, but I can tell you just from seeing it, that's the one that gives me
good.
the anime
I should
vibes.
have finished
I can't really speak to Young Justice and whatnot because I feel like those are comic books. And I know it sounds stupid because manga and comic books are kind of the same, but superheroes in the comics versus
Honestly,
what's
bro,
done in anime is
mangas
different.
and comic books are not really the same. I would
I think it's a
Like,
that's
different
what I'm
medium
saying.
too.
like I
That's what
think
I'm trying to
like,
say.
like what John said, I would compare a anime or sorry, a manga to like a graphic novel. That's because comic books, while they can be in depth,
They're like bite-sized stories. They're like
Yeah.
little episodes in and of themselves.
yeah.
They read like a 20-minute anime episode.
And-
You know, it reads short, bite-sized. You're waiting for the next week because the
same
next
thing
issue
that
is
happens
going
in
to
the
come out.
cartoon. Same thing that happens in the cartoon.
That's what I'm
Like, it
saying.
doesn't
That's-
happen again.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's no such thing as
American anime. It's just
That's
whatever you
what
feel,
gives you that
feeling.
which is
Yeah.
fine. But
Yeah, I like to say anime inspired. This
Exactly.
cartoon is
Yeah.
anime inspired, so it's
Yeah.
going to give
Because
you,
you
anime vibes.
can argue that Steven Universe is what anime inspired, just on how it follows the story and whatnot. And I feel like if let's see Steven Universe,
Adventure Time.
Avatar, Adventure Time, when you're watching these shows, it feels like you're reading graphic novel, and I think that would be as if you had to put a definition to it. If you're watching something and it feels like you're reading a graphic novel as you watch it, focusing on this character, focusing on specific characters in that story, then you're gonna get the anime vibes from it. But certain things like superheroes and whatnot, like it's never really like a self-contained story. Even like the Batman animated series, as great as it was, there's no way in hell you can call that an anime. It was just a
No.
whole bunch of them going over different villains.
Beyond.
Batman
Mhm.
Beyond.
Teen Titans.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Teen Titans has certain episodes that did tell a story,
That would be the
but
only
they
one.
were like short bursts.
But
Every
they were
other
short
episode
bursts,
was
though.
self-contained.
If anything, that would be the most American anime.
because they had an actual anime intro.
Yeah, intro, yeah.
And they
Yeah,
had
you know,
Yumi
they
Yami
did.
Yumi time or whatever that shit was called.
Hi, Ami Yumi.
time.
Code Lyoko would have been another one, but I feel like again
That's
those
French.
were
Code Lyoko is French.
yeah, but those were styled to be similar. They
Yeah,
was literally
styled
shit
to
like
be
anime.
just
We
like
all saying
anime.
the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm just happy. I'm happy.
Nah,
those are those.
it's you're right though. That's the thing is that like you can't take a medium that belongs to a particular culture and just try to find
That
its
shit
counterpart
is
in
Asian,
another
bro.
culture. It's
That's what
really
I'm saying.
difficult.
That
Anime
makes,
manga is
that's
Asian.
stealing from
That's
what
it.
they're doing, which is unique, bro. This is something that we as black people don't like when other people do that to us. So for us to now do that to another group of people, it's like, and people be like, oh well, it's not the same, but it's like, it's the same, bro. It's the same. You don't. There are people here or people that don't like when white people or not when
White Hispanics or when anybody does anything and tells them that is their version of it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
No,
Like-
this
like-
is this. That's
Exactly,
it.
bro. Say it's
Yeah.
it's like fucking with like fucking. I know mad Hispanic people don't like fucking Taco Bell, bro. They rather get fucking taco from
Taqueria
like
Latina.
real
The
spots. You
corner
feel
from
me?
a taqueria, nigga.
They
Right.
yeah, like a real taqueria spot, bro. You're not about to eat from Taco Bell.
Tengo taco en casa, bro.
Same thing with me, bro. I'm glad there's no African fucking fast food places out here because that shit would break my fucking heart.
no.
Actually, there
It
is
better not.
the
Yeah.
fucking Trader
Some
Fast
Joe's.
food jollof.
Trader
The
Joe's,
fast
bro.
food
Trader
jollof.
Joe's made jollof rice. Trader Joe's.
No,
Yes, bro. They made jollof. That's crazy.
that's
right?
crazy.
But ain't nobody better do no mangoo fast. Oh my.
The Mickey D.
Fast
Alright.
food mango.
Give it a
The
year.
Mi- the
Trader
Mickey
Joe's
D-
gonna have
the
that.
Mickey- the
Different
Mickey-
flavors.
I would be
Bro.
like, bro, don't eat that shit, kid, because that shit is definitely bad for you.
The Mickey D. Mango, bro.
No,
Tú
en
quieres
DR
un hash
they
brown.
probably do
Con
have that
todo
shit,
este
man.
mango, tú quieres un hash brown.
Look at this.
Hash
thing.
brown, un cabecito, café con leche, maldita sea.
The 20 words that he knows in Spanish. Look at
The
this.
10 words he knows combined in 7
Yo, I use them all, bro. That's crazy.
He got
Isn't that
nothing
fucking
else.
awesome? Isn't
Oh,
that awesome?
man.
You know what's fucked up is I get no praise for trying. Okay, I just get picked on, and then I wonder why I don't speak Spanish. Fuck y'all.
Applause, my nigga. Applause.
Thank
Get a
you.
little salsa.
That's all I wanted. My salsa makes all the pretty girls want to dance
Oh my god.
and take off their
And
underpants.
on
My salsa.